Hello, hello. Hello to everyone. How is everyone this evening? Come in, come in. Hello, hello. Um, I am live this evening. It's a surprise. I didn't have a plan to go live, so let me make sure everyone can hear me. Please let me know that you can hear me. I can't tell, unfortunately, because I am streaming differently than what I normally do. I'm on Facebook Live and I'm also on YouTube. Hey, Miss Phenomenal Creations, you can hear me. Good, good, good. That's excellent to know. Um, I know, Will. I decided that I was going to go ahead and stream live because I got so many questions about the cruise. Um, and I wanted to update everyone about the cruise and also um, what is this doing? Sorry. And then too, I did get some new computer equipment to try and hopefully not lag anymore. So that's the other reason why I'm streaming without my normal fanfare around me. But at any rate, so tonight is about the cruise. Cruise, cruise, cruise. I'm super excited, you guys, about this cruise. Okay. It is blowing up into well more than what I expected. So the cool thing is, first and foremost, our sailing date has been set. Our selling date is now May 18th, 2020. Okay, so May 18th, 2020 is the official sailing date for the Custom Craft Cruise. All right. Now, Custom Craft Cruise, what does that entail? Okay, so we put the cruise together. Originally, it was going to be embroidery related, anything dealing with embroidery. But then after I really gave it some good thought, I'm like, okay, well, we that do embroidery, we all do custom clothing and custom items. So in most instances, we expand out from just embroidery. A lot of us delve into vinyl. Some of us delve into rhinestones. Some of us have screen printing capabilities. Some of us crochet. Some of us knit. Some of us sew. So my concern was, let's go ahead and expand this out to everyone. Okay, so if you're a crafter and you like to craft, this cruise is going to be for you. All right. Especially if you're wanting to possibly learn a little more about another field, another craft field. And excuse me, I am very sick. I don't know what's wrong. I may have the flu or something. I don't know what's going on. And I'm freezing, which is also why I'm like bundled up. Um, but that has nothing to do with why I'm on here. Okay, so first and foremost, May 18th, 2020. Mark your calendars. That's an important date. That is our sailing date. But we have another really important date that I really need you guys to pay close attention to. Our other important date is May 4th, 2019. Okay, May 4th, 2019. So March, April, May, you're looking at less than 90 days. So we have less than 90 days to put down a $25 deposit on your cruise. That $25 deposit holds your cruise at the current price. Okay. And right now, the least price, now before I had told you guys that the prior cruise was a 5 night cruise, the one that I was looking at doing the first time. But now we're doing a 4 night cruise. I probably should have layered into that as well. It's a 4 night cruise now instead of a 5 night cruise. So the price dropped a little. Also, with it being a 4 night cruise and the price dropping, I figure for those who's traveling a little bit, and having to pay for flights and stuff, hopefully that'll, knock down some on the price. And this ship has the meeting space we needed for the classrooms. We had to have classroom space. Okay, otherwise it's kind of pointless to offer classes and we don't have anywhere to host the classes. Okay, so that's why we ended up switching ships and switching from May 16th, which was potential at first anyway, to May 18th. All right. So we're still selling to the Bahamas. We're still selling from Port Canaveral, Florida. So it will be out of Port Canaveral, Florida, headed to the Bahamas, 4-night cruise. We will still be stopping in the Bahamas. We'll also still be stopping at the private island. Um, oh gosh, sorry about that for those on. Sorry about that for those on Facebook. I got a phone call. My husband called me, and I'll get back to him. But we are going to be stopping Half Moon Caye. We will still also stop in the Half Moon Caye. That's also going to be a part of the Caribbean cruise. Okay. So, thank you, Debbie D. The cruise line that we will be cruising on, thank you, Evrenim, is Carnival. It is the Carnival Cruise Line, and the ship that we will be sailing on is the Carnival Liberty. We will be selling on the Carnival Liberty, sorry, Liberty Cruise Line. Pretty big ship. It's a bigger ship than the one we were going to be on before. Um, the cruise ship we were on before was around 2,600 people. This one is 29, almost 3,000 people ship. Um, and if you register to get more information about the cruise, then you will get a link to a page that lists everything about the ship. All of the details, all of the rooms, all that jazz will be on the listing for the if you register. Okay. So let me go back. That was a 4-night cruise. Um, the May 4th. Okay, so May 4th this year, less than 90 days, $25 is going to hold your spot on the cruise. Why does it have to be May 4th? Well, the reason for that $25 is to hold your rate. When I gave rates before, I said 380, roughly 380 a person for the interior cabins, which were the least expensive rooms. I did not, yes, that's per person because all of the cabins are double occupancy. So you definitely want to make sure that you have someone that you're sailing with, or if you don't, email me and let me know that you need a roommate to sail with you. Okay, and we'll see about trying to pair you guys up some kind of way. I ain't figured that out yet. But before I said 380 per person, well, that didn't include port fees. I didn't know that port fees were included. So when she sent me the price list later, it was for something. It's because she added the port fees. And someone asked me in the chat when I first mentioned the cruise and those prices, and they were like, "Does that include port fees?" And I stated at that time I didn't know. Well, now I know. At that time, the 380 did not include port fees. So now we're looking at included with port fees, because I think on that one the cost with the port fees were like 490 or something to that effect. Well, now you're looking at 455.92 is an interior room. That's the least expensive one. So 455.52. 455.52 is the price of the interior room, the least expensive one. That's your room per person. Is your room, your port fees, and your taxes. Okay. Room, port fee, and taxes, 455.52. And the price goes up to 595.52. It's the most expensive room thus far. If you are able to do your $25 deposit before May 4th, those prices I'm giving you are good until then. After May 4th, if you can't swing the $25, then after May 4th, the price might go up. It may not, but as of right now, that price may go up after that. That's what the agent is communicating to me. As an incentive, thank you, Joanne. Sorry for coughing. As an incentive to those of you who decide to go ahead and book your cruise and put down the down payment prior to May 4th, up till May 4th, you will have an additional onboard credit from me. You will have an additional. So if you go ahead and reserve your room by May 4th, you will have additional credit from me on the cruise. Okay. Yes, you can pay for yourself and another person. That's not an issue. Um, think that you will be sharing a room though, correct? Usually ships are based on double occupancy. You have to have two people per cabin. Now, a cool thing I did learn tonight after talking to the agent, because I asked her if anybody asked any questions of her, and if she was familiar with any questions that people normally ask. One of them was, can three people be in a room? Okay. So there is a such thing as a three-person room, and there's a such thing as a four-person room. I didn't know that. I did not know that. So if you are your spouse, and a child, and it's an older child, there is a such thing as a three-person room and a four-person room. When you contact the agent with our group and book through our agent, then you can have access to those rooms. You just have to ask her for it. So that was pretty cool to find out. So it's based on double occupancy. And again, if you need someone to roommate with, let me know, and we'll put a list together of some folks that need a roommate and try and put folks together. All right. Um, what equipment? Juliana, I'm not asking anyone to bring any equipment on board. Reason being is the cruise line restricts what all can be brought on board, right? So she told me that you're not even supposed to bring a household iron on board. You can't bring an iron. You can bring a curling iron, but not a household item. So that being the case, I will be filling out, sorry for the microphone. I will be filling out paperwork to have special equipment brought on board for the classes. I will be doing that in the next couple of days. But you guys don't bring anything other than yourselves, please, because I don't want any issues. And unfortunately, if you wanted some assistance with like your embroidery machine, we're not going to be able to have those on board unless I can work something out with brother. Because at one point I was considering contacting brother to see if they'll assist us with having some embroidery machines on board that you guys could have hands on with, but that's in the works as well. um, can you see if there is a way that our kids can be close to ours? Yes. So that's another thing. Betty Ann Brown, this is all about our cruise that we have coming up. I put together a crafting cruise. So if a person is into crafting, more than welcome to join us on the cruise. Okay. So if you have family, friends that you think might would like to come on a crafting cruise, please forward them the website customcraftcruise.com and let them know, register there. That lets me know, hey, I'm interested in this cruise, and it will automatically forward you to our cruise and tour the world website where you can actually register for your room. So Sheila Cuffey, to answer your question, you have to put your deposit down per person. So if it's you and two kids and your husband, so that's four people, and you want the kids to have a separate cabin, no issues. Just give her a call after you register your information, or you can call and register the information with her and say, I need two cabins and I need them close because we have young folks. And she can do that now and early. The earlier, the better. If you're trying to get cabins close to friends or whatever, the earlier you do that, the better your chances in getting that done. And your deposit guarantees what cabin you'll be in, because she can actually hold a specific set of cabins for you, if you want to put down your deposit now and get that held. Um, Juliana, I hope it is going to be fun. I'm actually really looking forward to it. And I'll get into some of the things that we're looking to offer on the cruise on the ship. But I wanted to hit some of these highlights of questions that folks have been asking. So one of the other questions that was raised is there a cruise insurance? Okay. So say for instance, you put down your $25 deposit and you find out, excuse me, in March of next year, you're not going to be able to make it because a family member is sick and you need to help care for them. Okay, well, there is a such thing as travel insurance. And she said once you go on to you register with Custom Craft Cruise and forward over to the Cruise and Tour the World website where our group information is, then what happens is you will fill out the information and it will offer you insurance. And the insurance is based on the age of the person. I'm not making this type stuff up. This is information she's giving me that there is a such thing as travel insurance. They do offer it. It is reasonable, she says. I haven't seen it for myself, so I don't know how much it is. And she said that it is based on the age of the person, is how they determine how much to charge for the travel insurance. She said the travel insurance covers if you get sick and can't cruise. It covers if you're sick on the cruise, or you go on an excursion on the island, eat something gross, get sick, and need to be flown home. It covers that. And she said it's just really good insurance and it covers a lot of different things. So she encourages everyone to get travelers insurance if you're going to be doing any type of travel, not just this cruise. Someone asked, Margaret mentioned, I think someone in the cabin has to be 18 or older. She said that technically there has to be one person in the cabin that is 18 years of age or older. However, there are instances where parents are in this cabin and the connecting cabin is the kids, and they allow that because the cabins are connected, and I think there's like a door you can open between the two or something to that effect. So she said that in that instance, the cruise line will allow the children to be in the connecting cabin. But again, that's something that has to be booked ahead of time. This isn't something that you can, wait to the last minute and say, "Hey, I need my kids right there with me." No, you need to be trying to make those type first come first serve arrangements now. So go ahead and put your deposit down, and that will guarantee your room and your location of your rooms. um I don't know how much the insurance is, she looked, because it's based on age, she says. So your insurance amount would be different than your husband's insurance because his age, if he's older or younger, your insurance differs. So when you go to fill out the information to put down the deposit on your cabin, then your insurance rate will be given to you then, and she can handle all of that, take the payment for all of that right then. So speaking of payment, um the first of all, the payment does not include gratuity for the cruise. So the 455.52 is the price for the interior, one of the interior rooms, one type. Um, and that's your taxes and your port fees, but it is not the gratuity. Gratuity is added at the end of the cruise. So your gratuity usually amounts to, she said, averages $16 a day. And at the end of the cruise line is like, okay, well, we need our gratuity now. Thank you. Have a good day. So what I'm thinking is you would have maybe a prepaid card or something to that effect that you could, slide that little bit of money on. Maybe over the next couple of months, put $16 on the card, 16 on, or whatever, something, some kind of which way, set that fund to the side because that will be needed after the cruise. Immediately upon leaving the ship, you have to pay the gratuity. So that is really important. Sheila Cuppy says, "Is that $25 or the 125?" Marvin looks 25, so it should be hilarious. I don't know. Excuse me. I have no clue. But that's 25 per person. And the insurance, I don't know. So 25 for you, 25 for the husband, 25 for your daughter. Um, and all of that would be due at the time of reserving your room. Okay. Everdem, the traveler's insurance, she highly recommended that. Hey, Barbara Nance, she says your mother took a cruise to Alaska. She took out the insurance while she was in what? Had a heart attack in Alaska? Oh my God. That insurance paid for everything. Hospital stay there. Also, it paid for the doctor to come fly good home with her. She also ended in the hospital here for a triple bypass. Girlfriend, that is the stuff nightmares are made of. I am sorry to hear that, but I'm glad she's okay now, I hope. Um, but that travel insurance is there for a reason. And yeah, it's a little bit more for those who may, be struggling to try and pay for this now. But that's why I booked it out as far out as I did for May of next year. That's over 360. But matter of fact, it says 438 more days. Excuse me, I'm sorry, to go before our cruise, before our sail date. 438 days to put this money together. So please plan ahead and get that traveler's insurance if you can. I would really appreciate it. How much is the whole cruise? Um, Again, that's going to be difficult to say completely how much the whole cruise is. Okay. Reason why I'm saying that is number one, you have to take into account your travel to and from, whether you're flying, whether you're riding the train, whether you're riding the bus, whether you're driving. If you want to book a room and stay there the night before so that you can just get on the ship the next day and have the hotel take you to the ship. But as far as the cruise is concerned, depending upon what room you choose. Okay, so if you get the least expensive room, $455.52 per person. So your one person charge would be 455.52. That includes your port fees and your taxes, but it doesn't include the gratuity. And like she mentioned, the gratuity averages $16 a day, roughly. So I would round up, me personally, $20 a day. You're talking about 4 nights, kind of 5 days. So I would just, 5 days, five times 20 is $100. So make sure you have an extra $100 for gratuity. If it's less, great, which it should be less than that because I rounded up to $20 a person, $20 a day. So thank you, Miss Barbara Nance. I appreciate that because it's toward the cruise too. All you need to do is call her, and that is correct. So you can make payments towards it. $25 is due now, okay, by May 4th. That holds your room, holds your rate. After that, $150 is due in January of 2020. And let me get the actual dates so that I can give you accurate information um of those dates, because it is imperative that I tell you the right thing. Let's go here. I'm sorry, y'all. I am trying not to be coughing too much in your ear. Oh man. Let's see. I'm gonna try this one. Nope, that ain't it. I'm sorry. I want to make sure I get you the right information, but the cruise is okay, here we go. Okay, so $25 per person deposit by May 4th. $25 deposit per person by May 4th. As of $150, which is roughly half, is due by January the 20th, 2020. So you have until January of 2020 to come up with $150. The final payment, the final amount after the 150, which if you got a balcony room, is going to be more than 150. If it's an interior room, it may be right at 150. Whatever your final amount is, it will be due by no later than March 19th, 2020. So roughly 90 days later, roughly. So, excuse me, you have time to get this money together. Well, say for instance, you come into a little bit of money and you want to pay it ahead of time. She loves that. That's great. Not an issue. Give her a call or shoot her an email, because once you put your deposit down, you'll have the agent's account information. I mean, contact information rather. So just send her a message and say, I want to pay it off. Or I got 50 extra dollars. Can I pay that towards it? So that come January, all I have to pay is 100. You see what I'm saying? You do have an option to pay it ahead of time. Excuse me. Lillian, you can go to customcraftcruise.com, and I'll go ahead and type it in right here, because what I'm doing is collecting collecting the emails of you guys that are interested in the cruise. So if you're interested, I want to let you know ahead of time. I try to register, but you have to be two, but it's only you. No, no, no. You can register just by yourself. Um, and what you would need to do is just once you register and put down your deposit, let me know that you're by yourself and that you need a cabin mate. Okay. And if you don't want a cabin mate, that's fine. You can be in a cabin by yourself. You just have to get an extra ticket. You have to buy that extra bed. It's in that cabin. So it's a steep price to pay for some people. Some folks can afford, that luxury to have a room to themselves. And if you can afford that, you can do that. It is an option. Okay. But customcraftcruise.com. I'm collecting email addresses so that I can email you guys and keep you updated on the different things. But once you register with your email address and say I'm ready to sail, it will forward you to the actual website where you register for the cruise itself and enter your information so that you can make your payment and your down payment on your cruise. All right. And that will forward you to cruise and tour the world. And you'll be working with Debbie Hannah. She is my cruising agent, and she's helping me put all of this lovely information together. To pay the $25 now, you would need to check your email that I sent out, one this morning and one day before yesterday, I think. And there's a link in there that will tell you where to go to fill out your information for the cruise. If you don't get that email, email me. All right. And I'll forward the information to you again. But I'd rather you be in my email list so that I can make sure you guys stay updated. Let me check another thing. Make sure I've hit all questions. Um, Hotel accommodations, airfare, or train travel, car rental car. She can arrange that for you. My cruise agent can arrange that for you. You need to let her know now. Once you pay your $25 deposit, have her keep an eye out on a good rate for car rental if that's what you want, airfare if that's what you need, and hotel accommodations. Now, once we get a certain amount of folks that are like, yeah, we want to stay at the hotel the night before, and she says she can work out a better deal for the rate of the hotel. But the hotels in that area do have shuttles that take you to the port where the ship sails out. So that is something you shouldn't have to worry about, is getting to the port. Okay. So I'm gonna go back down this really quickly. So travel insurance is available. Yes, you can get it. I don't know how much it is because it's based on the person who's applying for the travel insurance, so that you don't lose your money you're paying in for this cruise and all of a sudden something happens and you can't cruise, or you're paying all of this money and you go on the cruise and something happens. It'll help make sure you're okay and can get back home. Okay. So travel insurance is there. Please look into getting that, please. Single travelers, if you're traveling alone and you need someone to be in the cabin with you because it's double occupancy and you can't afford or don't want to buy the other ticket for the other bed in the room, let me know. Send me an email and say, hey, I'm gonna be by myself. Okay, Miss Ethel, what I'll do is, if you're on the registration page where it's telling you to fill out the information, there should be her phone number is at the top. You can give her a call and talk to her, and she'll take care of all of that for you. So if you if you don't want to pay for that other bed, then shoot me an email and say, hey, I want to go on the cruise, but it's just me. I don't have anybody with me. and we'll get a list of folks together and try and put you guys in rooms together, pair you off some kind of way. I don't know how we're going to do that because you don't know each other, but that's what we'll work towards getting done. Maybe do three in a cabin or something and even out the numbers, give you more folks to fool with. If you are more than just two traveling together, okay, thank you, Miss Ethel. If it's more than two of you traveling together, like two parents and a child, three sisters, whatever the case may be, there are cabins that hold three people and cabins that hold four people. Okay. So just when you register online, you can email or call Miss Debbie and she'll give you more information on how to get that type room. The down payment is $25. You have a deadline of May 4th this year to get that $25 deposit paid so that we can guarantee your rate on that room as well as guarantee your room. Okay, what room you're going to be in, what cabin, and you will receive extra onboard credit from me personally for registering by the deadline, May 4th. The embroidery itinerary, we don't have that yet, Miss Patty. The reason why we don't have the embroidery itinerary yet is because I needed to confirm what date we were going to be selling, which we just did that yesterday. We got our final date, the ship that had all of the accommodations that we needed. Now my next step is contacting the instructors and getting my instructors together, which I've already contacted quite a few and put them on, alert and let them know, hey, I'm gonna be getting with you as soon as I find out what our selling dates are. And then, hey, so let's go ahead and get our class scheduled together. What I will tell you is this is my goal for this cruise. My goal for this cruise is to hit most of those major things that we as embroiderers or custom craft folks get into, have classes on those and get togethers on those. Okay. So there are some embroiderers who knit. Okay. How cool would it be to have a knitting group on board? Right. And the knitting group gets together, we can have a knitting get together on board, knitting party where y'all party, let your hair down, have a good time. You can sit down, you can verbalize because you know your knitting terminologies, your yarns, your needles, where you get your stuff, that type thing. This is a knitting get together, right? But we also have a class setting where for those who, like myself, can't knit to save my life and would like to learn how to knit, well, I can go to a knitting class and see what it's all about, see what all it takes, what all is involved with it, the different types of knitting, that type stuff. All right. So there's a general class that will be available for a larger group of folks to come and learn about knitting. Well, if you would prefer a more intimate setting, like two or three of you guys, hands on knitting, knit a project, take the project home with you, maybe come with a little goodie here or there, there's an extra fee for that type class. We will be offering that type class as well. So, knitting, crochet, I've had requested candle making. Okay, so candle making, knitting, crochet, soap making was requested. I was already doing a vinyl class. So Cricut involved vinyl, silhouette involved class, brother scan and cut class. Okay, so that's three different cutting machines, and we're looking at adding an industrial cutter as well, possibly. We'll get to that in a minute. Rhinestone, embroidery, um, and I had that list written down, and of course it's in my pocketbook. So we're adding things. Screen printing. We're adding things as time goes on. And folks, all I said was, if you have an interest in something, shoot me a message to say, hey, this is what I'm interested in learning about, and I can make arrangements to have an instructor on the ship. Um, so that's where we are as far as the itinerary. There isn't one yet. There isn't one because I need to get my instructors lined up. I need to make sure with the ship, excuse me, what all I can bring on board because you can't bring an iron. So if we can't bring our iron to press our clothes, are they gonna let me have a heat press? Don't know yet. So that's something I have to fill out a special bring on board uh item so that we can get this extra equipment on board. So I have to do that and get approved for it first. So worst case scenario, we will still have embroidery based activities, but we may not be able to actually have some machines there. I don't know yet, but we'll be working towards that. And that all will be announced, which is why I really would like to ask for you to sign up for the email newsletter so that I can keep you guys updated by email. Yes, I am live and sick in bed. I know, but there were so many questions about the cruise, Jalil. I had to try and address that, before the questions just got out of hand. The classes, there are general classes. Yes, there will be free of charge. There will also be individualized special classes, hands on, take projects with you that will not be free. Okay. So that's for the instruction part of it. But the get-togethers, the party type situations, those won't be a charge for those. I'm trying, Miss Patty. It's a lot. I'm trying. I'm trying. Um price of the room, pay by May 4th your deposit. Gratuity is not included. I can't emphasize that enough. So make sure you have a good $100 stashed for gratuity because we definitely want to express appreciation for those folks that serve us on the ship, whether it be cleaning our rooms, making our beds, feeding feeding us, keeping, facilities clean, all that cool stuff. I am huge on making sure we offer gratuity to our folks, and it is required of the ship before you get off the ship, rather. Drink packages. There are drink packages that should be available. She's going to add that to the extra prices of stuff on the website within the next couple of days. Drink packages will be added within the next couple of days. There are already excursion things available that you can add to what you want to do available on the website already. So for those who want to do swimming with the dolphins, that is available. That package can be added. It's already on the website. Okay. And you can tap that in and add it to your cruise package if you want to. That has nothing to do with the crafting part of it. That's just extra stuff that you can do as a part of the Carnival cruise line. Um, so hotel accommodations, airfare, when you contact Miss Debbie Hanna to put your deposit down, please let her know if you need airfare or car rental or hotel accommodations, and we'll work on that. The only other thing I have to let you guys know that I can think of right off the top of my head is she mentioned for those who may be prone to get seasick, she is similar. My agent has similar issues. She said she takes the less drowsy Dramamine, and they just took it every day, and it helped keep them, from being super drowsy while on the ship. Also, it kept them from being seasick. She said it worked really well for those who may want to give that a shot. The less drowsy Dramamine. She said, as far as packing for the cruise, lay out what you want to take on the cruise and pack half of it. She said, because you will not wear everything that you take with yourself on the cruise. She says, just don't even bother taking everything that you think you're going to wear. Take half of it. She said, you won't even wear it. So we will be in warmer areas. So bathing suits and stuff like that, t-shirts, flip flops. There usually are captain's dinners on the ships, and I'll find out for sure if that's one on this ship, and they would like for you to dress a little nicer. So you may want to do that for Debbie Kid. I'm not sure yet. As of right now, I'm saying no, but we need to definitely make sure on of how many are coming on the cruise. Okay, so if I have 5 people to sign up for this cruise, then I got to figure that out for the instructors, and I'll 9 times out of 10 have to pay for them. But the more folks we have on the cruise, the more likely we'll have instructors that are more willing to come and take their time to teach us what they have to learn. Marianne Reddick, the cruise is 455.52. So $455.52. That does not include the gratuity, but that does include your port fee and your taxes. And you will have to have a passport. Everyone has to have a passport to sail. you have to have a passport to sail. So please go ahead and get that in works to try and get your passport. All right. So far as I know, I've hit most of the major questions. If you have any other questions as far as the cruise line itself, the cruise, the accommodations, other than traveling single, um, anything along those lines, please contact my travel agent, Debbie Hanna, and she will get you more information. I'll link, type up in the description below this and hopefully below this Facebook video to let you guys have access to that. Those of you who book your cruise through Debbie, because you can book this cruise without going through her. You really can. You can book this cruise outside of going through Miss Debbie, but she has rooms blocked off for me for this group. Okay. And for those who book this cruise through her, they get extra benefits from me. You will have a package from me waiting for you on the ship. First and foremost, if you book by May 4th, you will have extra financial credit waiting for you on the ship. Okay. So not only will you be getting a package, a welcome gift from Custom Craft Cruise for booking through her, but you will also get a onboard credit. Thank you, Marianne. I appreciate that. All right. So excuse me. Lillian Burton, the 325 part of the 455.52. What 325 are you asking about? What 325? Because I'm looking at the website now. The only price I see is 455.52. If you're talking about 325, what I had mentioned earlier, that didn't have port fees or taxes added to it. So the 455.52 is the price. Don't add 325. The price of the ticket per person, 455.52, is the least expensive one. There are other options. Like you can upgrade to an ocean view cabin. The ocean view cabin is 495.52. Okay. So or a balcony. You can get a balcony room. The price of that is 595.52. So it depends. Oh, $25 deposit. The $150 is okay. So $25 deposit is now. Then as of January 20th of 2020, $150. So the $25 and so that 175 goes towards the 455.52. Okay. So say for instance you got the least expensive cabin that they have available, which is 455.52. Okay, we're going to take off the $25 deposit, then we're going to take off $150. So that leaves a total balance of $280.52 that you would have to pay by March, I think it was 19th. Let me look at this again. The balance will be due March 19th, 2020. Okay. So the least expensive cabin is 455.52. So $25 deposit now, $150 by January the 20th, and then whatever your balance is due, which in that instance 280.52 will be due by March 19th. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You guys, you have a roommate now? Yes. Yes. You see what I'm saying? Y'all, I cannot emphasize how super excited I am about this because the response that I have gotten so far is overwhelming. I have had two or three, two for sure vendors reach out already and they're like, we're ready to cruise. What do we need to do? How much do we need to take? What are we doing? And I'm like, well, hold your horses. Let me get all my information together. These folks is ready for y'all too. Okay. So how many people I expect right now? I'm not sure, Miss Julie. I know for a fact 90 people as of yesterday had signed up by email wanting more information. 90 people. And that's not really a lot. But it's going to snowball here shortly because right now I've only advertised this in certain groups. Okay. And they're embroidery groups. All right. Embroidery groups only. And I think one cricket group so far, just this small, my little circle. So I'm giving my little hoop group and my little interior circle a good week to get your dibs in. So a plus for being a follower of the baby's booty. So you get a good week, maybe two, to get your dibs in on your room where you want to be, whether you want a balcony to make sure your ocean view rooms don't sell out from up under you, your balconies don't sell out from up under you. All right, so y'all get first choice. After that, we're going to advertise and we're going to push this out into all the other groups. Like I said, the knitting groups, the vinyl groups, the crochet groups, stuff like that, so that we can say, hey, are y'all interested in selling with us? You're a craft group too. Join us and have a good time and let you guys get together on the ship and have a ball. So that's the whole point because we all craft and we all have a good time when we do craft. So why not, join each other on a nice little getaway? We all need it and deserve it. We craft hard. So we're trying to put this together so that we all can have a good time on the ship. Okay. So I didn't mean to be on an hour. I didn't think it was going to be quite that long, but I definitely wanted to hit some of the major questions about the cruise. Excuse me. Again, Catherine, the date of the cruise is May 18th, 2020. May 18th, 2020. It is a 4-night cruise. Okay. Thank you, River City Creative. I really appreciate it. I hate being sick. I got too much to do to be sick. So thank you guys. I appreciate those of you who are interested. I'll be putting links below here in a sec. And as soon as I finish putting the links below, shoot me emails if you have questions. Otherwise, I'm going to bed. So 9 times out of 10, I will answer those questions tomorrow. I apologize for not getting to them tonight, but I definitely want to get the uh links to the cruise page, Custom Craft Cruise. Please give me your email address on Custom Craft Cruises first so that I can make sure I keep you updated personally with the newsletters. Um, but otherwise, oh, cool. Yes, I do try to make sure things are closed caption for sure because I definitely understand that. But thank you for being here, Ardeen. But yes, so you guys let me know, and I look forward to cruising with you. Hey, I was gonna say, baby, let's cruise away from here. I don't sound too bad sick, do I? Probably sound like a nut. My bad. But anyway, I'm excited. Yay! I don't have a bell to ring. So at any rate, you guys have a great night. I am good ready to type up this stuff and crash. Hoop Group Cruise. I love it, Will. Oh man. I love it. But I'm super excited about meeting all of you. So until we talk again, um, whatever, Will. Will, I think we'll be live Thursday, tomorrow, not Friday. So I hope to see you guys there live with him. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you all on Sunday. Thanks. And y'all have a good night. Bye.